Farm, just a wonderful family operation, and obviously so many generations of broodmares providing Group 1 winners right around Australasia and around the world as well. Just in the last 12 months, your graduates have been sensational too. Verona, a Frank Packer Plate winner, Money Catcher in Hong Kong, Showmanship, won the Show County, Field of Gold, the Waikato Guineas, and Crosshaven in the Kevin Heffernan. So you really are getting these group winners coming through year in, year out, right throughout New Zealand and, importantly, Australia.
Yeah, absolutely, Caroline. It's nice to have you here and back on New Zealand shores after a good period of time. Look, we've had a nice 12 months. Horses have been running, and that's the most important part in all our important jurisdictions.
Well, a bit of a rainy day here today, but that's what makes New Zealand so beautiful and green. But it's a lovely draft again, and you're reaching right back into the depths of those wonderful female families for some of the 2023 yearlings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had Mrs. Lester be a long-time client, and we're offering a couple of special fillies from her families and a couple of fillies from our foundation family, from the Foxona family, 8th generation. It's pretty special. I think our filly draft is a little bit special this year because it's closely related to some very nice families and racehorses.
Well, we start with lot 207 by Super Seth from Garden of Swans. The dam's a half-sister to a European star Group 1 winner in Mukadram. Beautiful colt to start things off. Lovely, strong individual, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's been a really nice horse right from him being born. We've been lucky enough to house Jonathan Munn's GSA Bloodstock's mares that went to Super Seth. Obviously, Jonathan raced Super Seth. So he's a big supporter in his first year, and we've got 5 or 6 yearlings by Super Seth in the draft. He's a standout colt out of a young Oasis Dream mare. She had a couple of Savabeel fillies to start with. Great moving horse. We found the Super Seths to be really good movers and handled the prep really well.
Lot 38 by Savabeel from Arabian Night, and the dam's from a strong stakes winning US family. He's a bit of a character, isn't he? But again, you can sort of see that Zabeel coming through too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when he stood up there for the last time, you really stood back and said he's a lot of Savabeels and Zabeel. Young Oasis Dream mare from a really nice European family. I think he's going to be a more precocious style of Savabeel. Easy horse to prep. What more do we need to say about Savabeel? He's been a great stallion of colts and fillies, doing the job here and in Australia year in, year out.
Lot 616 is by Super Seth from Valpolicella. Now this filly, you talk about absolute diamonds of yearlings that you're taking to sale. I absolutely love her for a start. I think everybody will. Of course, one of Haunui's foundation families, going back, as you say, the 8 generations. And Valpolicella has already produced Vavasor, Villanova, Celebrity Dream, and a Sydney Cup and Tancred runner-up in Rondinella. I mean, what a page and what an individual.
Yeah, I think individual matches pedigree. I think she's a mix between Vavasor and Celebrity Dream Rondinella. We haven't offered a filly like this for a little period of time, I don't think. Valpolicella was a very good mare herself on the racetrack and been a wonderful producer. Filly's just handled prep. You can see her temperament, nothing phases her. And I'm sure she'll be well sought after.
And another one I think there'll be plenty of people waiting for is lot 344 by Piero. Of course, this is the half-sister to the wonderful 14-time Group 1 winner in Melody Bell, and also to the Geelong Classic winner, Tutu Kaka. I'm really interested in this cross with Piero, and a lovely filly, isn't she? She's quite a forward sort of filly.
Yeah, I think we're very lucky to be offering this filly. Mrs. Lester, a long-time client, she's kept 3 fillies out of the mare, so this was the time to probably take another filly to the market and let the market decide. Mid-October, born foal's gone forward really nicely. Tutukaka looks like he's back to really good form. He won the Taupo Cup, which is great. And Malika Bell herself had a lot of ability. She was the same year as Fix, who was a filly of the year. Lovely filly, great to do anything with, just gets on, does her job. It will stand her in great stead as a race filly.
Lot 74, this is when the rain was really starting to come in. The Almanzor Bondi Walk filly, and we know Almanzor's cementing himself as one of New Zealand's most exciting young sires. First foal of a showcasing mare who's a half-sister to Activation, so Coogee Walk the second dam, Boardwalk Angel the third, so a family that's so well known in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a very physical filly. Probably see a great mix of showcasing in with Almanzor. First foal of a young mare that showed good ability and unfortunately went amiss at her very first start. Coogee Walk was a railway winner, and obviously Boardwalk Angel, who we were lucky enough, she was brought out of the Trelawney dispersal many moons ago by Mrs. Lester, and again lucky enough to be taking a filly of this quality to the market.
And then finally, lot 558, another by Al Manzoor from Striker. The Dam's a stakes winner, second in a Group 1 Thorndon Mile, and a half-sister to Calvine and Cozzy Bay. You know, a great cross for Al Manzoor.
Oh, absolutely. This is a family developed by the late Don McLaren, a great client of the farms, and he bought Calvinia all those years ago with Paul Moroney at Sydney Easter, and has developed into one of the most sought-after families in Australasia. Striker's done a really nice job. She was a really good mare, was an emerging mare when she ran second to Sir Slick, a great warrior racehorse here in New Zealand in the Thorndon Mile. She's already produced first impressions. This filly's probably going to take a little bit more time. She's more of a staying style of filly, but a lovely, correct filly, just thrived in the preparation. So delighted to be taking her to the market in late January. Oh, I think like any sale, the good horses will find their level very easily. The strength of the sale will always be in the middle, I think. And, by having people back on the sale ground, you bring people that are invested in the game on to a sale ground. They can't help but participate in the sale, and we've had some sires emerge in the last 12 to 18 months through a number of the different studs in New Zealand. Looking forward to it, keep feet on the ground, and welcome everyone late January.